Hello. So I spent approximately 2 years on learning how to work out slowly, how to activate individual muscle fibers. So, for example, how to isolate, for example, how to do one muscle very. So, I have spent past 2 years learning how to work out very slowly, how to isolate individual muscle fibers, how to activate individual muscle fibers, such as, for example, when I'm doing a lat pull down, I would learn how to pull with every muscle by itself. So I would learn how to do my lats, I would learn how to engage my upper back, I would learn how to engage my rhomboids, and then I would learn how to disengage the other muscle groups to, as I said, isolate the one. Now, for 2 years while I was doing that, I had no clue why I'm doing that. I was just doing that because I thought that that's correct. I didn't think actually, I just felt. I just felt as if that's correct. And only now, only currently, I actually understand why that's important. See, what that did is when you work out, there's something that's called sympathetic nervous system. So that system is your fight mode, fight or flight response. Your hormones such as adrenaline, cortisol, and others get released. So you're in a state of getting, right? There's also parasympathetic nervous system, which is very important for recovery and relaxation and chilling. So that turns on when you're me right now, you breathe slowly, deeply, stuff like that. So when you are in the sympathetic mode, so only now I'm starting to realize why that is important or why that was important. See, the whole thing is our body, most people's body, okay, everybody's body, it has certain tension points. So if you speak spiritually, there's energetic blockages in your body. If you speak medically, certain parts, certain muscles are tense and they don't. You can't speak medically as easy through it. Energy does not pass through every part of your body the same way. So if you imagine a cable, this is a cable, imagine that one part of the cable can pass through 1000 units of something, but another part of the cable can only pass 100 or 50, and that destroys everything, doesn't it? So instead of passing through 1000 everywhere, it now can't, and that fucks everything up, as I said. So I learned that you fix that by learning how to activate each muscle fiber individually and learning how to relax other muscle fibers while in the process of that. So what you tend to see is that when somebody, say they do a lift, right? Say they do shoulders, lateral raises. So this is the exercise, lateral raises. I will stand sideways so you could see my neck. So pay attention to my neck. So say I'm doing this, and I'm chill, I'm relaxed until a certain point where it becomes really hard, and then I start to squeeze, and my neck starts to go forward. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm using all of the extra muscles, and my neck is tense. But the fact that my neck is tense, it doesn't help me, does it? While I'm doing that, I am using both my shoulders, my arms, my forearms, my traps, my back to stabilize that. And I'm using my neck for nothing. It's not doing anything, right? It's not. But there's something called oxygen in the human body. And to activate that muscle, my neck, I, well, need oxygen. And my oxygen flows there. So that doesn't do anything, does it? I'm just wasting energy. So that means I am not being an efficient machine at doing that exact exercise the most efficient way. Because what I would want to do is think of a car. It has fuel to do something, and it wants to put fuel exactly to get to the highest, quickest speed, right? So I want to put all the fuel in my shoulder while I'm doing that exercise. So that's exactly what I was learning for 2 years. How to activate individual muscle fibers, relaxing others, and then bringing that together, learning how to put everything into them last few reps while still trying to not activate useless muscle fibers. Like, if you're standing, you don't really need to activate your legs. Yes, to lift maximally with your shoulders, you would need to not only activate your shoulder, your delt, you would need to activate your forearm. You would need to squeeze the dumbbell as if you're doing it with a dumbbell. Squeeze it as much as you can. Your whole arm here, it gets activated. Your traps get activated. Your back, actually, the more you squeeze your back, so you put yourself into this squeezed position, the better it gets. So there's nothing that really works individually in your body. It's just learning how to do it individually, so then you have enough body awareness and perception in order to deactivate things that are useless and activate things that are correct more. But there's more to it. So while I was learning, as I said, I didn't know why I'm doing it. I didn't know, why am I weird? Why am I? Because doing that, it's not easy. It's not easy to see that everybody lifts like this, and you're there doing the slow contracting thing, and then if you go gym with your friends, everybody's like, oh, why are you lifting like this? You're doing some useless shit. You should just, lift like everybody else, because obviously everybody knows how to do shit better than everybody else, and you should do this and not that. So it's hard, right? It's hard to walk the path that's not the same as everybody else's, because everybody else's thinks that you should do it the way that they do it. And sadly, most people are incorrect, because most people don't get fucking results. Right? So, what I currently learned is the most important thing. Now, since I can activate individual muscle fibers, I can activate them individually together at that high pace. So remember when I talked about a cable passing through 1,000 units of something. So say I learned how to pass 1,000 units through my biceps here. So now in my biceps I can do 1,000 units. And in my forearms, say I'm doing this exercise, it's a bit differently. Or this. It's 1,000 units. And then I can do my rear deltoid, it's 1,000 units. Or now I learn how to do traps, 1,000 units. So everything now is able to be done at that high level speed. What does that change? It changes the fact that I now, while staying relaxed, can activate all of them together and do it quickly. So what literally changes is that I can move through space and time quickly while my muscles are contracted, so while I am producing more force. which is very, very interesting because I still haven't fully understood how that impacts me. But if we bring back spirituality and we think of something that's called vibration and how everybody tried to heighten their vibration, just to introduce the topic, vibration is the speed of motion, right? So if I move slowly like this, if I'm completely relaxed, that's me technically at a low vibration. I'm not moving. Although my cells and my atoms are constantly moving, but consciously I am not in any sort of movement right now. If I move quickly, rapidly, so say I'm running, I would be in a faster vibration. But the problem is that when people run, their body tenses up and they don't notice. They don't notice that they don't know how to run because sadly everybody has them energetic blockages. And you need to, that's one more thing, like that's what you learn when you start to isolate your muscle fibers. You learn it because you start to pay attention to everything, like your back, your shoulders, your neck, your legs, your toes, your fingers, everything. You start paying attention to it. During normal exercise, like running, or during normal daytime activities, like when you eat or when you cook, you start to notice that for some reason, when I'm cutting my potatoes on a cutting board, my neck is tense. Wow, why am I doing this? Or when I'm running, when I try to run quicker and like I start to do this active thing with my arms in order to sprint, wow, it turns out that my neck is doing this again. You know, why is that happening and why am I wasting energy? But anyways, so when you run, technically you're at a higher vibration, right? But you're not, because certain parts of your body do not let the energy pass through at the exact same speed. So coming back to 1000 units, 100 units. So if everything in my body will be able to, if the energy will be able to go through my body at the speed of 1000 everywhere, I will be able to literally move quicker. So my literal actual vibration would be higher. So what happened to me right now is that I am able to activate my muscles while being relaxed and move quicker through space and time, which I'm getting better and better and better and better at every day. Every day I'm improving, and it's literally turning into a superpower. And I'm really, really curious where it's gonna be in, say, not even, don't forget 5 years. In 5 years I'm gonna be a hyper machine. In a year, in 5 months. Well, I'm curious, I'm genuinely interested how it's gonna look like. And at this beautiful, beautiful note, I would like to finish because it was very informative. And I will try to make more videos about it. I will try to release more videos about how I actually used to work out, because how I work out now is not how I used to work out. And the funny thing is, every time when I come gym, I work out slightly different. Every time I went gym, the way I would activate my muscle fibers would be different, the way I would lift would be different, and it's hard because what I would tell other people, like how to work out, would really depend on, you know, when that happened. So it's like there was a lot of progress, there was a lot of development. That's the hard thing, that it's hard to know that you're continuously growing and improving, and there's not really the correct way besides the way that's correct for you right now. That's why it's very hard to coach them things, because how you coach them really is you teach the person what it is that they're looking for, and you show them how to kind of activate their muscles, but then it's really on them. It's really on them to figure out what is it that feels really good for them and what really does not feel good for them. And they keep going and practicing, and it's at that point, it's literally just practice and failure and success and success and more success. And I hope you do great. I'll see you later.